normally I would have already been streaming a significantly long time. Um, except that today was a really weird day. I'm just getting up and running, so people are starting to join both streams on Kick and YouTube, and I'm just gonna hang out with you guys for a little bit, probably about an hour to an hour and a half tonight, to explain what happened today, because today was a really weird day, with all kinds of odds and ends and things that I ended up doing, because today, my internet went out all day, which is a rarity around here. Usually, my internet is incredibly consistent. Even if it kicks out or has some noise in the line or whatever, it usually comes back relatively quickly, and doesn't seem to have too many problems, with its consistency. But today was completely the opposite experience. Today, basically, the internet was out almost the entirety of the day. Hold on. The autofocus has been giving me issues on these cameras. What I think I will do is I will always have them on manual focus unless I need to autofocus. Then I'll turn the autofocus on. As you can see, I just made it clearer. Anyway, yeah, what a weird day. Today was supposed to be a full streaming day where I was going to do the Smart Guys commentary show with Ashton. We had talked last night about all kinds of ideas and things for today's show that we were planning. I watched Monday Night Raw. I took copious notes on Monday Night Raw for today's show. And I even have it now. Instead of having stupid notes in like a pad and paper, I now actually have them all digital right here on my phone. So I can easily just open this up and read the notes off during the show as we're going through each show, the different matches and things like that. It's a lot easier doing it this way than pen and paper. My handwriting's atrocious. It was actually getting tough to even read what I was writing for the shows. So I think this works better this way. But anyway, so yeah, it was supposed to be Smart Guys on the first stream, which actually was going to be a super show. And what I mean by that is it was supposed to be a double-length show where we were going to go at least 3 to 3.5 hours because we were talking about both Raw this week, but also AEW wrestling, which I watched Dynamite and Collision this week, and we were going to talk about our first thoughts about that on the show. And then tonight was supposed to be Street Fighter 6, me playing with E Honda. I did a really good stream on Friday night with E Honda. That went really well. And I wanted to get back into it and play more with him tonight. But sometimes things do not go the way that you plan. So here's what happened. I went to sleep, okay? And I wake up in the morning, and my wife is going out the door to go to work. So she's like running out the door. And I wake up, and I'm using the restroom. And I pop open my phone to see what's going on for the day. And I have no internet. I'm like, oh, well, that's weird. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on because it says 5G, which basically means you're using the wireless network, the satellite network for your cell phone, as opposed to your home network. And I'm looking all around, and this isn't connected. I walk into the office here. This isn't connected. So both of my modems are down. I have a modem downstairs in my living room, and that's the wireless network for my whole house. So that's for my phones, the RGB lights, the wireless devices, and everything in this room. For the Amazon Fire Stick that we have in the living room, and all the streaming services, they all go through that modem. While the modem in my office is literally only for streaming and uploading. That's it. It's completely separate from everything else. So, yeah, it's just very weird because. Oh, by the way, you're right. Someone just said, "Oh, look, his bar says the Smart Guy's goal and all that." You're right. This is wrong. We'll just change this briefly for tonight, although I'd be shocked if anyone contributes at all. Seriously, I'd be shocked if anyone contributes at all tonight, which really sucks because we were 2 goals away from hitting DSP Tries It, which I wanted to do tomorrow. I wanted to do it tomorrow because that was going to be perfect. We'll talk about this in a second. But, my wife works tomorrow, and the whole idea was we hit the goals today. Tomorrow, we could order the Chick-fil-A and have it after the first stream, and my wife doesn't have to cook. But now it looks like everything's screwed up because of Comcast. Well, not really, because it really wasn't their fault. I'll tell you in a second. So anyway, the internet was down this morning, and I'm like, I wonder what the heck's going on. So I open up all my stuff, and basically I've gotten multiple emails and texts both from Comcast this morning stating that there is a giant outage in my area. It's not even just small. It's like several cities and towns and things near me, tons of zip codes, something like 10 different zip codes, had no internet this morning. Now, this happened several years ago, and back then, the report was that it was vandalism. Okay, someone had gone up on a pole and just cut the internet lines, and I'm like, well, that's awful, obviously, and there's not much that you could do about that, but, that was years ago, and basically everyone was out of internet for a day. And by the way, there was no compensation or anything given for it. Just everyone had no internet for a day. And I remember the same thing kind of happened where I couldn't stream and everyone was disappointed. And basically, guess what? The same thing has happened. Someone vandalized the cable lines somewhere in my state. And because of that, everyone lost internet for a day. So now I have to ask the question, right? If it happened once and it was just a random thing, okay, I kind of get it. But now it's happened again. This is a whole other day where everyone in my state lost internet because someone is committing vandalism. So is Comcast actually going to do something about it this time? Or are we going to pretend like we just trust that people won't keep doing it? You know what I mean? Like, at this point, you have to think, are they ever going to have redundancies to stop so that if someone cuts an internet line, everyone's internet doesn't go out in the state? Are they ever going to make it so that there's protection so someone can't just climb a pole and cut an internet line? Because at this point, it's getting ridiculous. One time is the freak occurrence. All right, now we've got to repeat. So now what's going to happen is you're going to get endless amounts of copycats who are going to be like, oh, I can just disrupt the whole state just because I can. I'm going to do it. And they're going to start doing this shit. So they better fucking get on this shit before they get sued into oblivion, because I hate to tell them, but they have to provide the service that they're contracted to provide. Doesn't matter if someone's a vandal or not. If this happens more often, they will get sued. And then they're going to lose a ton of money. Anyway, so this morning, I have no internet. And I'm like, well, this really sucks. Let me think what I should or shouldn't do. Okay. So I'm thinking in my head, let's say I get no internet all day. What could I do today? And I start running things through my head. Well, today is actually payday. I'm supposed to get paid by YouTube today. Did I? So the good news is I do have internet on my phone because it's satellite internet, you know, the cell phone internet. And I jump on there. It's not great, by the way. It's very, very finicky and spotty. So sometimes it'll work fluidly and other times it won't work at all. So I jumped on and I was able to access, you know, my bank app, and it said, yes, indeed, I did get paid by YouTube today. Okay, good. So what I can do is I can sit down and pay all my bills for the month coming up. And I can actually, I have a schedule that I use to basically show all my financial responsibilities when they're due and things like that. And I do every few months, I queue it up for the next few months, and I had to do that. So I could just draw my whole big thing up for the next couple of months, and that could be something that I do today. In addition, I just received word from my tax preparation, you know, company that they want to start work on my taxes for the year. And so they sent me the agreement that I signed and agreed that they're going to do my taxes this year. And basically there's a big questionnaire about what you did last year and blah, blah, blah. And all this stuff that initially needs to be filled out in order to start work on my taxes. And it's a lot of shit that I not only have to download, but I have to print out, sign, fill out, scan back and send back, upload and everything. And I'm like, well, you know what? I could work on that stuff today. But then I said, wait a minute, shit, no, I can't. If I have no internet, how am I going to do all that? And I said, I remembered I have this guy. When I signed up for my current internet package, okay, I didn't even know I was getting this, but now I'm actually glad that I did. I didn't ask for it. They just kind of roped me into it without asking me. But this is a backup wireless modem that connects to a 4G cell phone network and provides internet to everything in my house in the instance that my regular internet lines go down. Now, it's incredibly slow. It's 4G. You can't upload with it. Like, I could never upload a video with this. I could never stream with this. It's just not good enough. But you could do basic things with it. So I hooked it up, got it connected to the wireless network, you know, the satellite network, plugged it into my PC, and lo and behold, I was actually able to do normal stuff. Barely, you know, slow. Like, for example, I was trying to download something that was 200 megabytes, and it took me like 25 minutes, because that's how slow it is. It's that bad. But at least what this is supposed to be is a backup for like a point of sale system. Let's say your store loses internet, but you still need to do business. This is like the backup where you can still take, you know, payments and stuff like that. But it's not meant for uploading, streaming, nothing. It's nowhere near fast enough. So the good news is I was able to use this today to do basic stuff. So what I did is I contacted Ashton. I told him the situation, and the good news is he's confirmed he can do Smart Guys tomorrow. So Smart Guys did not take place today. It will take place tomorrow over on DSP Reacts and, of course, on the Kick streaming channel, DSP Gaming Reel at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. We were going to be covering AEW. We're going to be covering WWE. It's a double super show. I hope that you guys will show up, engage, and support with the show. Apologies he couldn't be on the day it was supposed to be. I hope this doesn't mean now that the show gets hurt because of it, all right? I hope that people will still show up for it, okay? So what did I do today? Literally what I just told you, all right? After I woke up and had my breakfast with a coffee and I fed Jasper Kitty, came up here and got this sucker booted up and working, this modem, and connected to the internet, sat around it. Basically, it took about an hour to get through all my bills and stuff for the month, and I drew up the new schedule of the stuff I need to do. Then it took probably about another hour to do all the stuff with the taxes where I had to, you know, get the engagement agreement, scan, and everything. And it was the first time ever that I actually used my printer to do multiple pages scanning. It has this flatbed scanner, but it also has an auto feed scanner on the top. So first time I'm ever using it, I have like 8 pages that I need to scan. I put it in, immediate paper jam, just eats the shit out of the top piece of paper. I was like, whoa, what a great first experience with this sucker. It just sucked that thing right in at the wrong angle and just clogged right the hell up. Luckily, it was able to open easily, get the paper out, flatten everything, and get it back in there. So I got that done. So it took about maybe 2 hours of work just there doing that stuff. And then, while that was happening, my socks arrived. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I now have a new wide-angle shot, which I actually could have done this way. Look at that. It's a slow fade if I do it that way. You like the new wide-angle shot? So with the wide-angle shot, you can now see my legs, which you never could see before, right? They were never visible. But now with this wide-angle shot, people were weirded out because they said, we could see your feet. And they noticed that my feet were bare. They were like, dude, you don't have anything on your feet. You're barefoot? And I was like, yeah, I seriously always stream barefoot. I always have. It's just this thing. Like, I don't usually wear socks indoors. I wear slippers when I walk around the house, but I don't wear socks. So people were like, dude, you can't be showing off your feet on stream. You got to get socks. So I did. So I ordered a whole bunch of socks that arrived today. And here's the first one. You ready? Look at that. Look at that. I told you I have giant feet. Look at the size of this thing. It's like a giant, it's like a fish, like a marlin flopping out of the water. Look at this. So look at this sock right here. You like that sock? You like, how about this one? You like this sock? Yeah. You like them? There you go. So I got 3 different sets of socks, 2 of which have bamboo threads. These actually are the bamboo threads, one of them. Okay, these are short. These only go just around the ankle. I got ones that go a little bit higher than these. And then I also got merino wool socks. All right. And these are very basic. You saw they look a little nice, but they're kind of basic. I have ones that are crazy colors. I got a pack that's like rainbow ass colors, like blue and green and orange and bright color. You'll see when I start wearing these. All right. So yeah. So now when I go to my widescreen shot, you'll be able to see my socked foot under here. Instead of seeing my disgusting bare foot, you'll see socks every day. Okay. So I hope that I will not disgust all of you here on my streams now because I bought some socks. So I washed them. I threw them all into the wash and dryer. I washed them and did all that today. Okay. What else did I do? I did something else too. I'm trying to remember what else I did. We got our first contribution of the night from Anus. I haven't even mentioned contributions at all. But guys, I didn't stream today at all. So it would be nice if you like my content, if you could support the stream tonight. I would appreciate it. I really doubt we're hitting any goals in the next hour. I'm only streaming for about 1 hour from now. So I'll probably stream till like 9:45-ish tonight. We'll hang out for an hour here. But yeah, if you want to support the stream, by all means, please do. It would help a lot because I didn't get to stream today. 2 canceled streams really hurts and sucks when we were supposed to hit our goals and do DSP tries it tomorrow, and now it looks like we can't do it, which really sucks. It is what it is. So thank you, Anus. The first contribution is from Anus. Get him up on the leaderboard here. I have much more to tell you about today, by the way, for the record. I did a lot today, okay? So I'm going to tell you all about the stuff I did in a second. Why can't I find the apostrophe? I seriously can't find it. There it is. I'm being stupid. So Anus with a $10 super chat to start off tonight, and then Big Boss with a $2 super chat says, thanks for classing it up and wearing some dang socks. So there you go. Yes, now I'm not even kidding you. Guess how many I bought? You ready for this? 18 pairs. One set is actually 6 pairs, but it's only 3 colors, but the others are 6 colors and 6 colors. So I have like a ton of socks to wear for variety on the streams now. So now you can stare at my socks. Every single time that we go wide angle, you can see my new socks for the day that I'll be wearing down here. I know you'll be very excited to see what color of sock I'm wearing every single day. And I'll make it a point every day to lift up my foot on camera and show you what socks I'm wearing. Very exciting stuff, okay? There you go. Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you, Anus. Thank you, Big Boss. Anything appreciated tonight. Some gifted subs on Kick, some memberships, super chats, tips, anything, please, guys, would all be very, very, very much appreciated. Since I lost out on all day today, All right, Haseo, 44 months as a member. Glad to see your internet's back. Looking forward to the Dino Crisis playthrough tomorrow. There is no Dino Crisis playthrough tomorrow. That's my problem. Now my whole schedule's screwed up. Because I had no internet today, literally everything's screwed up. All right, which I'm going to tell you in a minute. So stick around. I'm going to tell you the new schedule and everything for the week. There is no Dino Crisis tomorrow. I can't do it because now everything got bumped. Okay? Okay. So, yeah, I know. People are upset now. They want a Dino Crisis. They're pissed. And I'm sorry. It's. So anyway, I did all that stuff. I did more, too. Like, I know what else I did. So I got bad news, guys. I'm going to show. Hold on. I got the bad news. I'll share the bad news with you, okay? This poor little guy, this little resilient webcam that I used since the summer when someone donated it to improve my setup, and we really liked it, it just doesn't work anymore. I tried everything today because I had time to mess with it. So I tried updating the camera software because this camera software had an update. That didn't fix it. I actually tried manually downloading a firmware update that they claimed would fix the issue with Windows 11. I manually loaded the firmware into the camera by hooking it up and touching it. This is actually a touch sensor button, and you can manually program the camera in order to get a firmware update in it. I put the firmware in it. It still doesn't work. What happens is it just turns on, and then immediately there's a malfunction with Windows 11, and it turns itself right back off. It only functions as an audio input only. It doesn't let you take video anymore. So I'm really sad about this because I like this camera, and I was hoping to fix it, and I was going to put this camera for the wide-angle shot because this camera has the AI that autofocuses and follows you around the room. Imagine if I could get up right now and move around, and the camera would follow me as I walked through the room. It would. That's what this camera was good for. That's what it was doing. But it doesn't work anymore. It just, this Windows update that they did does not allow this to be a video input device anymore. It completely bricked it. Like I said, it only works as an audio device, not as a video device. So I tried literally everything, and it won't work. The only way to get it to work would be to go on a computer that doesn't have the Windows update. That's it. So I'm going to hold on to it, okay? But just in case they ever figure this out, because they claimed they figured it out, and that's why this had a firmware update and why the software had an update. It didn't fix the problem at all. So it's pretty sad. I don't want to say goodbye to this cute little guy. He's a cute little webcam. Look, he's wiggling his head. Look, he's wiggling his head around. I can't get it to work, okay? It sucks. So what can you do? I spent like an hour on this. So basically, instead of doing a first stream today, I spent an hour doing my bills and my schedule. I spent an hour doing the tax stuff, and I spent an hour trying to get that webcam working, and I also washed 18 pairs of socks. That was my time that I would have done my first stream today, okay? So then I was trying to keep you guys all in the loop about what was going on and everything, okay? My wife came home around 3:30, 3:45 p.m. Pacific time, and she comes in and she's like, what are you doing downstairs? And I was like, I got nothing to do upstairs. The internet's out. So we both looked it up collectively, and at that point, that's when they had actually posted up the article online that this was the second instance of vandalism where someone climbed an actual telephone pole and cut the internet line, damaged it, and now they had to basically replace all the line in the area, and to do that, it takes time. So they were originally saying that my internet would have been up by 7 p.m. tonight, but then later in the day, they updated it and said, oh, it ain't going to be ready till midnight. So sadly, I didn't have any time to do any gameplay, right? You know, if it had come back at 7, I would have played Street Fighter tonight like I should have, but I couldn't, you know, I didn't know when it was going to come back. And it actually didn't come back until after 8. Right now it's 8:45 p.m. So there just wasn't enough time to do a gameplay stream tonight, okay? So you might ask, well, then what did you do for the second half of the day? Well, I'll tell you in a second because I actually did some interesting stuff. But in the meantime, a few more things here. Orcs or Dorks, 44 members, 44 months as a member. He says, tech can be stingy sometimes. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm legit sad because I really like this webcam. I do. And I mean, this is the same quality as this one. They're about equal, okay? But I'm really upset that now I have 2 good webcams and I just can't use this one. And the thing is, this is for sale. You could buy this right now on Amazon. You could buy it on the market and it doesn't work. It's bricked. So people are going to buy this webcam and plug it in. It doesn't work. I wonder what the hell happened because this Windows update messed it up. Pretty screwed up when you think about it, right? Anyway, so thank you, Orcs or Dorks. And then Discord Gaming with a $2 super chat says, hope that you're having a great night, Phil. Thank you, Discord Gaming, for the super chat. Well, I'm feeling better now that the internet's back. And I know that I can come back fully tomorrow. It just sucks because the whole schedule is thrown for a loop. I lost out on 2 gameplay streams where we were hoping to hit goals and we were going to be able to do DSP Tries It tomorrow. And now it looks like it's off the table. What's up, Slayer? Good evening. Good to see you, man. By the way, Jade, I saw was here tonight. Everyone over on Kick, how's everyone tonight? What's going on, everybody? A lot more people are joining now. Thank you for hanging out with me here. This is just a hangout session where I'm going to tell you the story of what I did today, and then we'll do some Q&A and stuff, okay? Okay. So, second half of the day, my wife came home and we had turkey tacos where she seasoned some ground turkey, and we have it in a soft taco shell with shredded lettuce, a Mexican blend cheese mix, a little bit of chipotle sauce, and and shredded lettuce. You wrap it up. It's good, delicious. So that's what we had for dinner. And I had a cup of coffee, of course. And then I realized, well, it's the second half of the night, and so I don't think my internet's coming back. So what I should do is try to figure out other stuff to do. And I thought, what's some stuff in my head that I've been waiting to do that I haven't had a chance to do? I had no time to do. So the first thing that came to mind was I actually needed to descale my coffee machine. I have actually bought a new coffee machine over the fall, and this time around, I actually want to keep it clean. A lot of times in my past, I haven't been the most cleanly person when it comes to that kind of stuff, but every 3 months or so, you're supposed to do a descaling, cleanse of the coffee machine to stop mineral deposits in it. I said, well, you could do that. So I bought it already. I'd already bought the descaling solution and everything. So I actually loaded her up, started running it through there. As I was doing that, all right, which took, you put the descaling solution in there, it says you have to let it soak for about 30 to 45 minutes to soak in to, break off any deposits or whatever before then you do a big thorough flushing. So I said, all right, so what else do I need to do that's, been sitting around? And I realized there's one other big leftover thing that I didn't do. Several months ago, at the same time that I purchased my new washer dryer, so, this was like 3+ months ago, I had bought a shelf that my wife had picked out for the bathroom. And this is a nice wooden shelf, real wood, made of white paint, has, bars to hang your towels on and stuff. But I just had never had a chance to hang it because in my bathroom, we have a crappy towel bar from my previous owners and this other bathroom shelving that is literally falling off the wall. The things have started to sag and rip out of the wall. One of the shelves rotates and falls, so you can't put anything on it. So I said, well, I got some time to do it now. So I started doing that. At the time I started working on that, my wife, because again, we have no internet, says, well, I'm going to, shampoo the carpets in the bedroom because Jasper Kitty, sadly, as of late, has had a few issues with some hairballs that he yacked up in the bedroom, staining the carpet. So I said, well, we'll do 2 birds with 1 stone. You do that, I'll do this, we'll do it together. So I did it. And lucky for me, I ended up figuring out where the studs were in the wall, in the bathroom wall, because this shelving required that you put it into studs. So not only did I put it into the studs, but then it came with these self-boring things. So I did 2 self-boring things, plus I put it into the studs. And what it is, it's this wooden bar. They call it like a French shelving bar or something, where you put the bar in first, and then you just take your shelf and you just hang it on top, and you put 2 screws in from the top to hold it in place. So I put this shelf up, and then I had to take down the old bar for the towels. It was an old crappy bar, and it had the world's tiniest screw I've ever seen. It needed a microscopic flathead screwdriver, which I have. I have a tool set, luckily, so it's like the tiniest flathead tool, thing to turn it and get these tiny little itty bitty little screw things out of it, and then you can take it off the wall, and then you can take the other screws off. And on the other side, there was an Allen wrench required to take the other one off the wall, and that one was just a piece of crap. I don't know why they ever put it up. It's like these ugly glass shelves, but they kind of look like barbershop glass. Do you know what I mean by that? Like if you go to a barber shop, they have like shelving and glass it's that weird thick glass that's like green when you look at it from the side. I don't know why they thought that was a good shelf for the bathroom, the previous owners. Then again, the previous owners were really fucking weird people and did really weird things with the house that we're now trying to fix. So I got rid of all the other shelving and I hung the new shelf. The new shelf looks great, looks way better, and it matches everything in there. It's the right color scheme now and everything, so it looks really nice. So I did all of that, and Then I went back downstairs and finished the descaling. I was finishing. You have to do guess how many cycles you have to do a descaling properly. 12 brewing cycles. I had to sit there and brew 12 cups of coffee in a row. And not really coffee, you're just doing the water. But I had to brew 12 different cups in order to get this dang thing done. And as I was around cup number 7 or 8, my internet came back. And I was like, oh, good, my internet's back. So I posted up that I was going to come up here and do an impromptu stream. And so I came up, and that's what I'm doing right now. That was my exciting day. So here's the deal. All right, because we have some shout outs to do. We're going to talk and be interactive now. I see a tip came in, and we got a super chat. I'm going to shout out in a second. And we're going to just hang out for an hour now, okay? Here's the deal for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be what today was supposed to be. So tomorrow there is no Level 1 podcast. Instead, everyone head over to DSP Reacts or my Kick channel at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, and it will be Smart Guys, starring myself and Ashton. We're going to be talking about AEW Dynamite. We will talk somewhat about AEW Collision, but it won't be as in-depth as Dynamite. I remember some of the matches from Collision, but I didn't pay that much attention to it. And Monday Night Raw, we're going to see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well, because we have some ideas for new goals and things that we're setting up. And someone had said that they were going to come to the show and they were going to offer that if next week we watch and review Japanese wrestling, one of them is called TJPW and the other is called Chocopro, that if we do that, they were going to drop an insanely huge contribution, like 100 subs. If they do that on the show, we actually have agreed we will watch that wrestling and review it next week. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully, tomorrow is a great show with a lot of people watching, engagement, and support. We hope. Yeah, what are you going to do when it's the wrong day? Kind of sucks, but you got to make lemonade out of lemons, right? And then tomorrow night on the late stream, it's going to be Street Fighter 6 with E Honda, which it was supposed to be tonight, but now we're going to do it tomorrow instead. Okay? Now, the bummer here is that I doubt in the next hour that I'm streaming, we're going to hit a goal tonight, which means we're still at 78 out of 80 to hit the goal and qualify for DSP Tries It for Chick-fil-A. And you guys were excited for Chick-fil-A. You were like, yeah, I hope that you're going to try the sides, like the mac and cheese. I hope you'll try one of the shakes. And I'm excited to try both the grilled and the regular chicken. But it looks like we're probably not going to hit it now. Why would we hit it the next hour? It would be, a fucking shocking thing if we did. But we need 2 more goals. So chances are we're not hitting it. Remember, Smart Guys does not count towards those goals because Smart Guys is a separate show that's between myself and Ashton where we share the profits and everything. So it's not going to be, it's not going to be counting towards it. So unless we hit 2 goals tonight, we're not doing DSP Tries It tomorrow. And I don't think we're hitting $300 the next hour. So it looks like it's going to have to wait until later in the week. It is what it is. It sucks. I got robbed, basically. Not by Comcast, but whoever this vandal is who's climbing the lines. And let me tell you, I have a few ideas of who this vandal is. People have come up with all kinds of ideas. One person says, I think it's Review Tech USA. Dickers himself is climbing the lines to try to screw you over. Some people think it's Duty. Duty Streams. They think he's the one doing it, right? And some people just in general think it's a crazy person detractor. But I have a theory. I have a very important theory. I think I know who actually did it. And I'm going to reveal who actually took out the internet here in Washington State tomorrow on Smart Guys. So if you want to know what really happened, tune into the show tomorrow. I know what happened, and I'm going to reveal it live on the show. Okay? Cool. All right. What's up, King Michael? Good evening. So, yeah, that's what was my day. Okay, so now what I'll say is let's just hang out for about an hour. We'll have a little bit of Q&A, hang out, see what you guys want to talk about. If anyone...
No, shut the fuck up. DSP. You're always crying, I have no time to spend with my wife. I have no time to spend with my wife. The internet goes down. You have all day to spend with her, and you completely fucking ignore her in the entire fucking day. You're a jackass. Shut the fuck up. I'll be live streaming his Smart Guys and all that tomorrow, so hopefully join me for that. And with that, I'm not going to do any editing. I'm just going to upload straight like this. And, well, see you guys tomorrow.